Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to do my fragrance wardrobe video. This is a request that I got way back a few months ago whenever I did my fragrance collection video. If you haven't seen that, I will link it down below. I also did a minis collection video and my husband did a cologne collection video. So check all of those out. They will all be linked down below. And today we're just going to get into this. I have, I think, 10 categories here that were suggested to me to do. And for most of them, I have just one pick. Some of them, though, I just couldn't resist, and I have a couple picks for those, but let's just get right on into it. So first category is my hot daytime fragrance. So I took this to mean like spring, summertime fragrance. Number one pick would be Marc Jacobs Daisy Love. It is so feminine, fresh, just very like floral and sweet, and just smells amazing. I love the scent of it. It is one of my like tippy top perfumes that I absolutely adore. So highly recommend that one. Now on the low end though, I do have one that I really love that literally just smells like summer in a bottle, and that is Liz Claiborne's Bora Bora. If you like the scent of like kind of coconut, suntan lotion, pool, that is this fragrance. It is amazing if you love those types of fragrances. And I think that for like a large bottle of it, it's only around 13 bucks. So it is a great value. I have loved it ever since high school. Next up is my hot going out / nighttime fragrance. Now, I should have prefaced this before, but I don't particularly reserve a lot of fragrances for just one occasion. It's kind of just however I'm feeling in the moment or on that day is just what I'll choose. So sometimes I wear something that is typically a nighttime perfume during the day. Sometimes I'll wear something that most people would only wear in the winter, in the summer, or whatever. But generally speaking, these are my choices. So should have said that at the start, but here we are, already in the middle of it. But my hot going out nighttime fragrance definitely would have to be La Vie Belle, and it is because it is one of those fragrances that I don't wear that often, but it's because it is a very distinct fragrance. It is 100% in my mind a nighttime fragrance. I never put this on during the daytime because it's pretty overpowering. Even if you do just a little bit too much, it's a lot too much. Don't get me wrong, it smells great, but it is one of those perfumes that is just very powerful, and I feel like it deserves its own specific occasion for that. So for me, definitely a summertime, springtime, going out at night, I'm going to be looking good, want to be smelling good type of fragrance. Now my cold, so fall / winter, daytime fragrance, my number one pick would be Versace Bright Crystal. I love the scent of this. It's actually one that I smelled on a woman just while I was out shopping a few years ago. And it smelled so good that I actually had to go up to her and ask her, "What are you wearing?" And I pretty much never do that. Like I get nervous, like asking people that because I'm always afraid that they're going to be like snotty about it or whatever. But her, I had to ask, and I loved it so much. I haven't bought the full size of it, but I do have several like of the dabber sizes of it. So I'm working my way through those, but it is definitely just a very like signature scent kind of smell. It is just one of those that you could wear for a lot of different occasions. It has great staying power on me, and it just smells crisp and feminine and just like a nice smell. I'm not great at describing scents. If you saw my perfume collection, you know that, but I know what I like, and I like Bright Crystal. Now, if I had to pick one for like a different mood, like that one is where like I'm looking nice, I want to smell really nice, I want to smell very feminine, then I choose Bright Crystal. If I'm just doing like a jeans and a hoodie type of like fall winter outfit, then I'm probably more in the mood for a Moschino Fresh Couture, the one that looks like a little Windex bottle, and it's the blue one. It almost doesn't smell like perfume, it just smells literally just fresh. So I love that one. It doesn't have the longest staying power, but if I'm just bopping around in a jeans and a hoodie, then that's probably fine for whatever I happen to be doing. So definitely recommend that one as well. Next would be my fall winter nighttime going out fragrance. And that one, I have a very specific one that I love, and it is Dolce & Gabbana The One. Now, I will wear this during the daytime or anytime, but I feel like it really exudes that like cozy, wintry, nighttime scent. It's very warm. It's got kind of like a caramely, little bit of vanilla, a little bit of like just kind of gourmand type of scent. It smells warm and cozy and also feminine and seductive. And if I'm going out and I want to feel warm and cozy and feminine and seductive while I'm freezing my butt off, then that's what I'm going to be wearing. Now, my classy formal fragrance. Now, I didn't really know how to categorize this as a almost 34-year-old lady who doesn't really go out to like classy formal events, but I kind of took it to be like, okay, if I'm going to, let's say if I'm younger and I'm going to prom, or homecoming, a school dance type of thing, or if I'm going to like a nice like work event or something like that where I'm going to be super dressed up in like a dress, then that's kind of the feel that I took this category to mean. And I feel like my number one would be YSL Mon Paris, however you say it. I don't know how to pronounce most of these things. I just know I like the smell. And that one I feel like feels very adult, very grown up without smelling like an old lady. It just smells like class. So definitely that one. And also, depending on the occasion, my second pick would be Guerlain Shalimar. It's a classic. It is definitely not for all occasions in my book because it's a little much sometimes. But it is very good for, I would say, a more work formal event, somewhere like that where you don't want to smell too much like you're out on the prowl. You just want to smell like a very sophisticated adult scent. Now, my seductive date night perfume, I struggled with picking this one a little bit because usually I will just pick something that I'm just feeling in the mood for if we're going out. But if I had to recommend something to someone and you're going out and you're trying to impress like a date, or, well, not necessarily impress, but if you're trying to smell good for a date, and you want to smell probably more like on the young side, you want to be a little bit more, flirty and feminine, then I would say Viva La Juicy. I like the scent of that one. It's not one of my favorites, but I think it definitely has that like fun date night scent to it. So I would say that one. It also doesn't last a long, long time, but typically dates aren't going to last all day long. So as long as you're just out for a few hours, then you'll be good. Next up is the Intimate Close Encounter perfume. Now, I took that to mean one thing, and I really think that there's only one thing that can mean. So you're really getting into it. And for that one, it would be Carolina Herrera Good Girl for me. It smells like a very bad girl in a good way. I love the scent of this. It is one that I had my eye on for so long, ever since I smelled it in a magazine. And I kept the little like paper that has the scent on it. And every time I would go to like look at perfume, I was like, I really need to get that one. And I couldn't pull the trigger and just couldn't do it. And then finally over Christmas, I did it and it smells like a dream. I love it. I've worn it on several occasions and it definitely sets the tone for the occasion. Next would be my work perfume, and I have two of them. One definitely that I would recommend, and then one that I would say is alternative. So for sure, 100% my go-to work perfume. I guess I should preface that by saying if you're working in like an office environment or a professional environment, I, of course, am a truck driver, so I can wear whatever I want. But if you're in a professional setting, I would say Lancôme Idole. It's, I think, their newest one. Really, really pretty packaging. Stunning. I love it. But this smells just fresh and clean and feminine. Little bit floral. Little bit almost like It smells to me, I feel like how a crystal looks. You know what I mean? Like, I know that that's weird to say, but I feel like it smells intriguing, clean, has some complexity to it. Just, that's how I feel like it smells. And it's not too overpowering. It's not too offensive if you happen to put on a little bit too much. I feel like this is one of those where if I find myself going to like a doctor's appointment or something like that, I wear this because I know it's not going to smell too crazy in a small enclosed space. And then my kind of alternative to that, if I'm in the mood for it, I would say Coach Signature Eau de Parfum, just the original. It smells nice. It has a little bit more of a stronger scent to it than the Idole. So that's why I would say, pick and choose on whether it's appropriate for your setting. But for that one, I just think that it smells very appropriate for a professional setting. But it's a little bit more cheeky, if that makes any sense to you. Next up is my clubbing perfume. And let me tell you, I haven't gone clubbing since before I turned 21. I got all of my clubbing out of my system by getting into the clubs with not my own ID before I was 21. And now I'm over it. So I feel like since I don't go clubbing, I took this to be like, okay, if I'm going to like a party with my contemporaries and it's going to be like a fun, casual party, there's going to be a lot of drinking and stuff, I would wear Ariana Grande Cloud because it is very fun, flirty, feminine, sweet. And it is one of those perfumes that I feel like doesn't necessarily have an age limit on it, but I feel like you have to act a certain age to wear this perfume. You can't be too stuck up or, like stuffy. You have to have fun when you're wearing this perfume. It's just a fun fragrance, and it's definitely not for, someone who is very serious. It's more of a casual, flirty, feminine perfume, and I just really like the smell of it. And then lastly, my signature perfume. This is not hard at all. It is by far the one that I have gotten the absolute most compliments on, by far. And it is Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream. I know a lot of people love the original Daisy. I happen to hate it. And I feel like the Daisy line in general, people are very divided on. I love Daisy Love and I love Daisy Dream. The rest, don't really love so much. But Marc Jacobs Daisy Dream is, if I had to have one, it would be my signature scent. I tend to rotate my perfumes quite frequently and wear just whatever I'm in the mood for. But that one is definitely a hit. And it is probably in my top 2. So there you go. It is just, it smells feminine. It smells fresh. It smells floral, and it has a little bit of like, it's not necessarily a nighttime perfume. I think it's more appropriate for daytime, but it has like a richness to the scent of it, and I feel like that makes it a little bit more versatile. You could definitely take it into nighttime. You could wear it during the daytime. It is one of those that could literally go for pretty much any occasion and be good for it. So those are all of my perfume wardrobe, fragrance wardrobe picks. Let me know some of your favorites down below. I am always down to try new fragrances, and I would love to know some of your suggestions. Hit me up. Let me know in the comments section. If you haven't done so already, make sure to click that subscribe button before you go, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.